Today we are gonna do another question, which is when the radius when the radius of a cylinder of a cylinder is measured with maximum 2% error, length is measured with maximum 3% error. So maximum 3% error. Find the error in the measurement of number 1, base area of cylinder. Number 2, curved surface area or CSA of cylinder. And number 3, volume. Number 3, volume of the cylinder. So that's the question that we have to find. So to understand this question, first of all, let's draw a cylinder so that it's much more clear. So let's take a cylinder. Let's take this cylinder. And if you look at the cylinder, there will be, so let's take this cylinder and rotate it and overlap it. So if you look at this cylinder, the white part that this part or this part are known as the base. So this is the base. And the base is a circle. Even though it looks like an ellipse, it's because of the angle that I'm giving the cylinder. But it's actually the circle. So I'm going to represent the base with A. So let's suppose that's A. And so the area of the base will be A. Area of any one of the base, not the base, but any one of the base will be A. And the formula will be pi r squared, where r is the radius. So radius will be about this distance. So let's change the color. Let's make it purple. I like purple, right? I think purple will look good. So this is the radius. And this curved surface, so this part right over here, so this part is actually curved, so it's going like this. But I hope you understand. I'm not going to color it in. So this will be our curved surface area, and the formula that I'm going to use is going to be 2 pi r h, where h is the height. So height will be this distance. So this distance will be considered the height, which is going to be represented by h. Right? So now we have the base, the curved surface area, now the volume. So the volume will be represented by B in this case, and its formula is pi r square h. So I did not derive the formulas because the formulas are pretty simple, and I think you should know them because they are very simple formulas, but still I wrote them down and basically gave you a glimpse of what they are. So this is the volume right over here. So now let's go back to the question and see. When the radius of a cylinder is measured with maximum error 2% and length is measured with the maximum error 3%, then find the error in the measurement of base area, CSA, and volume. So let's write the given information. So here we have been given delta r by r, which is the error in radius, is 2%. A much more accurate way will be to write this, but these are basically the same, so I'm not gonna write this. So I will actually make them another color, and I will write like this. Both are same, since 100% is basically 1. Also, we have been given that the error in length, which I have represented by h in this case, maybe it would have been better to represent it by L, but oh well, since it's 3%. So let's go back, let's check it. Yep, 3%, 2%. So now let's do them. So let's do for the first case. The first case is for the base area. So the base, so instead of this, let's write for base area of cylinder. So for base area of cylinder, we have the formula, which is A equals pi r squared. Now to find the error, we will have to use this formula. So this is a constant, so we don't need to write it. The power will come in front, and it will be delta r by r. We know delta r by r, it's 2%, which means the error in the base area of cylinder will be 4%. Pretty simple, right? Now let's go to another one, which is the second case. So for curved surface area of cylinder, so we have curved surface area will be represented by 2 pi r h. This is the formula. So the relative error is gonna be delta CSA by CSA equals 2 and pi are constant, so no need to write for them. R delta r by r, and for h delta h by h. Since there are no powers, you don't need to write them. Now the error in r or radius is 2%, and the error in length is 3%, which means delta CSA by CSA, it's gonna be 5%. So this was also pretty simple, right? Now finally, the third one. So the third one is gonna be for volume of cylinder. So for volume of cylinder, so we know the formula, which is pi r square h, and the relative error is gonna be delta V by V must equal to pi is a constant, no need to write for that. The square, the power of r will come over here, and we have error in radius plus error in height. In this case, we don't need to write the power, since this will be the power of 1, and 1 times something is basically this. So now let's write the values. It's going to be 2 times 2% plus 3%. So that will be 4% plus 3%, which means it is 7%. So let's write it as 4% plus 3%, which means the percentage error in volume will be 7%. So we found the values of all three cases that we were given. So that's gonna be it for today's video. In the next video, it's gonna be something exciting. So we are gonna start another chapter, which is units and dimension. Till then, bye bye.